Guys, we didn't do warm-ups. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our ComicCon at Home panel, calling all book lovers a sneak peek at new books from Tor Teen, Nightfire, and Tor.com Publishing. We're talking about the great books that we have coming up, and also stick around for a chance to win some swag. First, I'm Renata. I am Viceroy of Marketing here at Tor. That is a real position. I like warm hugs, gay space operas, and epic fantasy. I'm also 7 raccoons stacked on top of each other in a tread coat. Or maybe some ghosts. Who's to say?
Hi, nerds. I'm Desiree Friesen, Senior Publicist at Tor and aspiring space princess. I love reading and baking, often at the same time, which doesn't always end well. I'm usually watching a bad science fiction or monster movie, so talk to me about Godzilla.
I am ready to talk about Godzilla now, because I would like to put forward to all of the people watching that Godzilla counts as a dragon. Fight me.
I mean, he has 4 legs, and does he have wings?
No, but he
has a danger mouth. He has danger mouth, and he's sort of lizardy. So therefore, lizardy, danger mouth, dragon.
I see. Well,
thank you for Renata, I'm not going to fight you on this because I think the distinction between dragon and Godzilla is a false dichotomy because they're both giant monsters who I love, and that's all I need to know.
Well, anyway, regardless, hello, everyone. I am Jordan, and I'm the Nightfire marketing manager at Tor Nightfire. I'm working on books that are all hard all the time. What?
She forgets sometimes.
I forgot. Here I am. I'm working on books that are all horror all the time, from cult and space monsters to witches and ghosts. I just started reading Lovecraft Country by Matt Ruff. It's going to be an HBO series, and I'm so excited. I love it so far. And when I'm not working, I'm reading all the scary stuff that I can get my hands on.
Amazing. I'm so excited for that HBO. I can't wait for that show to launch. But anyway, I'm Cericia Fennell, publicity manager at Tor Teen, and this is my coworker Oreo.
Hi, Oreo.
I love you, Oreo. Oh, you're hearing that? You got some cheerleaders. I love you. I love speculative fiction. I also love YA. My favorite snack while reading and writing is sunflower seeds. I know, messy, but you can talk to me about anything that has to do with witches, vampires, or my favorite, gory goodness.
So we are kicking off with a little bit on our Chaos and Cosmos campaign we're running throughout the summer and all year. It features 12 amazing authors and books. We've got all the chaotic content, from quizzes to videos to playlists to some very chaotic writing advice from all sorts of your favorite authors. And it's online if you want to check it out. Link there or there or there. Examples? Would you like examples? Because S.L. Wong, author of Burning Roses, her writing advice was burn the rules, there are no rules, and also always wear a hat shaped like a pineapple while writing. So, or always write. Just always wear a pineapple hat, just, across the board. It's important.
I'm not going to argue with that, but I do want to jump in to say that the playlist for this is so fun. There's some great songs on it, and then I was listening to it the other day, and suddenly a whale song popped up. One of our authors added. I won't tell you who, just go check it out because it's so great.
You can also download the samplers that you see on your screen at any of your favorite ebook retailers. It's got, there's Chaos and Cosmos Part 1 and Chaos and Cosmos Part 2, To Chaos, To Cosmos, which features all of the authors involved. And there are so many great authors involved, but we are each highlighting one book for you today. I am going to go ahead and kick us off with The Unconquerable Sun by Kate Elliott. I mentioned I love gay space operas, and this one is a glorious FF gender-spun Alexander the Great in space. throw in some American Idol and one garbage mom, one space daddy, a jock with 4 arms, political intrigue, well-timed musical numbers, and found family. We made AO3 tags for this one because we're extra. And the tags included angst, hurt comfort, galactic big dick energy, space daddy. And I also just can't help but love the main character. She is so great and intense. She is full of rage. So am I. And Kate Elliott is also the author of Court of Fives, which I loved. And so just read it. You're going to have a good time.
Renata, you had me at Space Daddy.
Yay, Space Daddy!
I am so excited to talk about Trouble with the Saints by Nebula award-winning author Eliadon Johnson. This is her genre-bending, magic-infused historical noir novel. Yes, I just said that. It's amazing. This is HBO's Boardwalk Empire meets the fantastical allure of Beyonce's Lemonade. I mean, just look at this Beyonce-inspired cover. I'm in love with it. Plus, it features a badass biracial female assassin with knives and a yummy love interest, plus gangs on gangs on gangs. And if that's not enough, N.K. Jemisin said it best: Juju Assassins, alternate history, a gritty New York crime story. In a word, awesome. So I feel like you really need to go and read this book.
I'm so excited for this one. I love the cover, and I love anything that takes place in New York City, so this is right up my alley.
Yes. I'm supposed to be popping in and talk about Deal with the Devil, but I'm just going to pause because I love that cover. Ceresia.
Going back to look at that cover.
So cool. So beautiful.
It looks like a playing card.
Yes. It does. And there may or may not be tarot readings that happen in this book. So you'll have to read to find out. I'm told. All right. Now on to Deal with the Devil. Let me paint a picture for you. The world is a trash fire, and the only way to survive is by being part of a tightly knit community. The government is corrupt, and people have paid the price 1,000 times over. No, this is not our America. This one is worse. There are clones and genetically enhanced killers roaming the lawless lands. But every apocalypse has a hero, and in Deal with the Devil, we get Nina, the mercenary librarian. Yes, you heard me right. A mercenary librarian. She's got the knowledge and badass fighting skills to help the helpless. Then you've got Nox, a bitter, battle-weary super soldier who went AWOL to avoid flattering innocence. Guess who teams up for the perfect post-apocalyptic romance? Coming from the amazing romance author duo known together as Kit Rocha, this book is sexy, it's smart, it's action-packed, and it'll roundhouse kick you right in the feels.
I would like to be roundhouse kicked in the feels. Or maybe I just like kicking. But it does not matter because there are both feels kicks and physical kicks in Deal with the Devil. Ah!
Can't skip Burning Roses.
I would never. It was an accident. My fingers are just so powerful.
So, Burning Roses by S.L. Huang, she of the chaotic creative writing advice, has written a brand new Tor.com novella from the author of Critical Point, Zero Sum Game, and Null Set. Burning Roses is a mashup of Goldilocks, Little Red Riding Hood, and Hu Yi, a Chinese fairy tale. It features sapphic middle-aged lovers, which I loved. It features, I feel like it's so frequently we center the conversation on young people and forget that older folks need love too. Hu Yi is one of the most famous stories in Chinese mythology, and in Burning Roses, it's totally flipped on its head. It's a fractured fairy tale that will introduce you to a whole new world and open your eyes to a whole new obsession in S.L. Huang.
A sapphic fairy tale with a legendary archer, you say? I'm there, Jordan.
Desiree, what have you got there? What is that?
This is a crossbow. I know it's not actually like an actual archery bow, but it's a prop I made for a cosplay, and then I was so proud of it. I was like, well, this just lives in my house now, obviously.
It's perfect.
And plus, I love archers, so, you know, it's all good stuff.
And I mean, you are also a cosplay queen, so thank you for that.
Yes, more to come. First, though, we have to pause on Harrow the Ninth because I next get to talk to you about some of the amazing series follow-ups we have coming out this summer. We are so excited to bring you all of these incredible continuations of great series, starting, of course, with Harrow the Ninth, because I know how excited you are about Harrow the Ninth. I mean, have any of us fully recovered yet from Gideon the Ninth? Because I know I haven't.
No!
No, but we're continuing anyway. We're back with your favorite lesbian necromancers in space. Harrow the Ninth, we've got more skeletons, more goth gays, more murder, and more ghosts. This is the second book, by the way, in Tamsin Muir's trilogy, so keep that excitement. Enjoy Harrow, and remember, there is another one coming.
Alecto the Ninth is coming next the year after.
Ooh. I have to say, I was late to the Harrow game, but to the Gideon game, but I'm so excited for Harrow.
Yes, you should be. Jumping genres a little bit. Next, I'm going to be talking about the new Chorus of Dragons book. Fans of this series will know that what I'm talking about is absolute fact. But this book has everything you could want in epic fantasy. Cool thieves, unlikely princes, prophecies, my personal favorites, dragons, monsters, family feuds that span an enormous, complex world that is a delight to explore. The Memory of Souls is book 3 out of 5 in this series from Jen Lyons. And do not worry, fans, we are on schedule with books 4 and 5 coming out in the next 2 years. No need to wait. No need to worry. Now, on to another series with many, many fans, Eye of the World. With a brand new streaming show in the works, in case you hadn't heard, there is a brand new streaming Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time. Well, and also my chance to bust out a little more cosplay. Just happen to have this hanging around, ready to go on an epic journey. This August, we have a new paperback edition of The Eye of the World, which is the first book in the series, and the perfect place for fans who haven't had the chance to read this yet. Jump in, enjoy this 14-book saga, find out why millions of people love this classic series. And then also in October, we have a special 30th anniversary edition. It's got a cool redesigned cover, of course, an introduction from none other than Brandon Sanderson, and redesigned world map end papers because we know you love a map.
Ceresia, we cannot hear you.
Oh no, it's not working.
Ceresia!
Oh,
Yes, we can hear you.
yes! Hey, I feel like I was in that commercial. Like, can you hear me now? Okay, good.
Guys, it's like a sci-fi novel where the technology is turning on them, but live.
Honestly, I was trying to tell y'all the truth and say that I have never read the Eye of the World series, and I think the universe was like, "No, we cannot let you tell the truth because this is embarrassing. You work at Tor." But don't worry, I will rectify this. By the time the series launches on TV for everyone to watch, I will have read all 14 books. So, I mean, hold me accountable. But in other news, I'm really excited to pivot and talk about some really exciting Tor Teen fall titles. So we have our fan favorite, Mark Oshiro, the award-winning author, pivots from contemporary to fantasy with their powerful coming-of-age fantasy novel about finding home and failing falling in love, excuse me, not failing. Well, also failing. There's a little bit of failure in this book. Falling in love in the midst of dangers of a desert where stories come to life. So Marco Shiro totally breaks all of the rules with this one and weaves in some horror and sprinkles in some poetry. The novel is also very bittersweet because it features a queer female and female love story. And I mean, it also tackles what it truly means to be alone, even when you're surrounded by family and loved ones. So you may be scared, you may be happy, excited. It's going to give you all of the feels, basically. And then I'm really, really super beyond the moon excited to talk about Lauren Shippen. Desiree and I gushed in 2017, 2018 when the first manuscripts came in for the first book in this series. And I'm so excited for this one. So without further
Lauren Shippen,
right? I mean, she's amazing. She's a Forbes 2018 30 Under 30 media luminary, one of the most critically acclaimed creatives in audio dramas today, and best known for her work with fiction podcasts. She returns this fall with the second standalone novel in the award-winning Bright Sessions podcast universe. It's this fall's darkly twisted YA fantasy that features the origin story of Robert Gorham, or Damien, as listeners of the Bright Sessions podcast know him. This is the atypical who has the power to manipulate people to bend to his will and desires. I am so excited for this book.
I love the cover for this one. It's beautiful.
Yes.
oh,
It's very chaotic.
and I mean, Damien. I'm listening to I can't even express in words how excited I am, but I'm listening to another one of Lauren Shippen's audio dramas right now because I just can't get enough of her work. She does such an amazing job of delving into these really complex characters, such as Damien. Oh,
Such as Damien. A great name, too.
Honestly, I'm still trying to figure out, is he an anti-hero? Is he a villain? I have really mixed emotions about it. So I guess folks will read the book and then you can tweet at me or slide into Tor Teen's DMs to be like, Ceresia, you were wrong, or Ceresia, you were right.
We'll keep a poll going. So on to something completely different. Most of you know who Christopher Paolini is. When he was 15, he wrote a series that was a love letter to fantasy. This time, he has leveled up, gotten a beard, and he's written his love letter to sci-fi. It's got everything. Alien contact, accidental murder, a suit that doesn't know how to say I love you, a spaceship cat named Mr. Fuzzy Pants, explosions, tentacles, math, and pirates. But also, the main character, Kira, is really great. She's a space explorer / xenobiologist, and the book is a twist on one of my favorite sci-fi tropes, which is the one where humans find out that they're not alone in the universe. But more specifically, what happens when we, humanity, the ultimate scrappy underdog asshole, bring a knife to the gunfight? Tor.com is excerpting a chapter of this every week this summer, and you can find out if Kira and I guess humanity survive when the book comes out in September.
Renata, I have a couple questions about this. Firstly,
yes, thank you, Jordan. Continue.
Where did Christopher Paolini get his beard?
It's hard to say. I think he grew it, but sometimes beards can be stolen, and I do not wish to speak for Christopher.
Interesting.
Dark magics with the beard, maybe?
Ooh.
Yes. Here, folks.
Also, what is a xenobiologist?
It's an alien life biologist. Kira specifically does not know that humans aren't alone in the universe as far as sentient beings go, but she does study plant life on alien planets. Or planets that are non-terrestrial.
I guess that makes sense, since life usually starts with plants, I would think.
Life
finds
a way.
Sure does. Next up, we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. You may already know Victoria Schwab from her middle grade series and her darker shade of magic novels. But Schwab is back in a really big way with The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This one took her nearly a decade to write and tells the story of a girl who makes a deal with the devil. Addie gets to live forever, but the one thing is, no one will ever remember her. That is, until one day, Addie meets a boy in a bookshop and nothing is ever the same for either of them. I don't want to say too much because this is one you definitely don't want to miss, and I know a lot of y'all will be pre-ordering this novel to begin reading it as soon as it goes on sale on October 6th. But it's such an epic. It spans 3 centuries and crosses multiple oceans. I think this one is on a level with American Gods by Neil Gaiman and Circe by Madeline Miller. It's like a modern classic, I swear. And I also bet you 1 pan full of magic beans, which I have in my home right now, that your local bookseller has already read and loved this novel. So once it's safe to leave your home again, I suggest you go ask your local bookseller. That's the first thing you should do if they have read Addie LaRue and if they loved it.
Jordan, it is very fortunate that I work at Tor because otherwise I would be making a deal with the devil to get my hands on this book.
Who's to say I haven't already?
Oh.
I just simply gave my magic beans to Jordan so that she would have them to bet, and that's how I got to read it.
Thank you for sacrificing your beans to me.
Yes. I kept some magic beans for myself, though. Everyone needs to have a collection of them for emergencies. But I am going to take us on to the next book, though, which is just look at this cover. Look at it. Like, just look at it again. It's amazing. So intense. And okay, now you can stop looking at the cover, but you can keep looking at it as I speak if you would like. Now, imagine if white supremacy were a physical thing in its nastiness, its fetidness, its insidiousness. It's alive and physical. In P. Djeli Clark's Ring Shout, the darkest thoughts from the darkest heart of America are made physical as the Klan plots to unleash hell on Earth. Enter Maurice, bootleg whiskey runner, and her magic sword. Fighting monsters called Ku Kluxes, together with a foul-mouthed sharpshooter and a Harlem hellfighter, Maurice has to save the world from the hate that would just love to consume it. It's dark, it's atmospheric, it's intense, but it's also Black women saving the world and having fun doing it. If that is not enough to persuade you, A, what is wrong with you? But B, Sarah Gailey calls it a sublime work of revolutionary body horror, and Tochi Onyebuchi calls it a thrilling and provocative inferno of a story. So get on that.
Wow, 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 wow. Those quotes, Renata, I mean,
Damn.
oh, so
Honestly,
good. So good.
I need a t-shirt that says Harlem Hellfighter. Like that's what I need in my life right now. And also Black women saving the world. I mean, obviously.
Very much agreed. On another note, I'm happy to bring you Cory Doctorow's next book. This one is particularly exciting for me because it returns to the world of Little Brother, which is a near future for those who aren't familiar with Little Brother. It's a near future where technology is turned against those who use it. Attack Surface, this newest book from Doctorow, is a brand new adult novel set in the same world. It's not about Marcus. This one is about Marcus's childhood friend, though, Masha. She is now grown up. She has a career, and she works as a counterterrorism expert for an international cybersecurity firm. Basically, she helps repressive regimes to spy on dissidents. Except when she feels like it, then she helps the troublemakers evade detection, which is a hell of a rush. The job also has got great perks, and the pay is obscene. But then her job starts hitting a little closer to home, and Masha realizes she has to choose between her job and her ideals.
This one was a really fun, like, thriller hacker read, but it also asked some really intense questions, which I also really love. Like, what is it a moral failing to give up on saving the world? Because if you have given up on saving the world, you don't even have to try anymore. And how much of yourself are you willing to let go in order to be safe, in order to be secure, in order to make sure that your own government doesn't spy on you? But of course, it also just made me want to go out and buy a Faraday bag, which you all should Google.
I don't know what it is, Renata, but I think I want one. So thanks. All right, next. Welcome back, Sanderson fans, to the world of Roshar to follow the next part in the saga of Dalinar Kholin and the Knights Radiant. We are so excited to bring you the new Stormlight Archive book, Rhythm of War. And I personally am very excited to tell you, you are in for over 1,000 pages of Sanderson goodness.
What? 1,000 pages?
1,000?
Yes. Sanderson himself is also particularly excited for this book. He has said that this book contains not only the first scene that he imagined for the entire Stormlight Archive series, but also his favorite scene of the series to date. So, let the countdown to November begin. Life Before Death, Radiance. Next, we're going to give you a sneak peek of what's coming next year, 2021.
I mean, honestly, it already feels like we're in 2021, but
Too real.
Time isn't real, but you know, these books, they're coming in the future, some point.
Exactly. What is time? Give me all of the good books now. But yes, now on to something different. So you may or may not have heard of this fabulous author, Nnedi Okorafor, the award-winning author of African futurist stories, including Benti, Who Fears Death, and the Akata series. Remote Control is a novella about a young girl who discovers she has the gift of death after finding a strange seed that drops to Earth following a meteor shower. It's a thrilling, moving story about the power of young Black girls, and we all know we could use more Black girls in SFF.
Okay, guys, for Everina Maxwell's Winter's Orbit. Winter's Orbit is ancillary justice meets red, white, and royal blue. That's right, it's more gay space opera. Ooh! The prince.
Woo!
The prince is dead, but now his widower, Jaynin, is being married off post-haste to a disreputable cousin to keep the peace. But when Jaynin is implicated in the prince's death, this new, unconventional, mismatched, quirky duo has to work together to trust each other, solve a murder, prevent interplanetary war, and deal with all of this while dealing with feelings that they were never supposed to feel for each other. And Lecky loves it, Martha Wells loves it, I love it, you will love it.
Just jumping in here to say, I just read this book and I loved it. It has all the beats that you want from a romance. Hello, there's only one bed. But it also surprised me with some of the emotional twists. It was just a lovely book. Really wonderful.
I'm so jealous. I need more time in the day to read. And now I'm really excited to talk about the first in a new series by Sylvain Nouvel, author of the Themis Files trilogy. This is a fast-paced, fun, and darkly satirical sci-fi thriller set in the 1940s. The history of what comes next stars a family of aliens manipulating human history behind the scenes to push them towards the stars. Mia's mission comes at the dawn of the age of rocketry. She must lure Wernher von Braun away from the Nazi party and into the American rocket program, securing the future of the space race. Can she do it?
Yes, she can! I'm so excited for this one. It sounds like it could be an Indiana Jones movie, but better and no crystal skulls.
Bold claims. Bold claims.
Very bold. I'm liking this energy. We have to take this energy into 2021.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey is a dark, feminist-inflected thriller and one of my most anticipated novels of 2021. The Echo Wife follows the spiraling life of famed scientist Evelyn Caldwell as she copes with the theft of her research, covering up her own husband's murder, and falling into a new life with her own clone, the very pregnant result of her now dead husband's betrayals. This one, to me, is Frankenstein meets The Wife Between Us in a bar, and then Recursion by Blake Crouch shows up, and there's a bloodbath, and no one makes it out without a total paradigm shift. This one is perfect for fans of Orphan Black, and I can't wait for everyone to read it.
Oh, hi.
Sorry. I'm like, bloodbath, what? All of the gory goodness, give it to me now.
On another note, I'm here for you with, more gay space opera.
Yes.
I hope you'll remember Arkady Martine's. Yeah. I hope you'll remember Arkady Martine's absolutely gorgeous debut space opera novel, A Memory Called Empire. As a little reminder, it's been nominated for a Hugo and a Nebula Award. So the follow-up is A Desolation Called Peace, which also follows the Ambassador Mahit, who, in A Memory Called Empire, was sent to the huge, poetic, violent empire Texcalon to persuade them not to invade her home space station, and also investigate the death of her predecessor, which might have been murder. She's assisted somewhat inconsistently by the memories of the previous ambassador in her head, and also a wonderful guide called Three Seagrass, who is a little bit of a romantic interest. Now, in A Desolation Called Peace, Mahit and Three Seagrass are back on a new mission. They are sent to try and communicate with an alien armada before it invades and kills everyone.
Jumping in to say that I loved A Memory Called Empire. Loved. I am a spear in the hands of the sun. Also, my Texcalanly name is 45 Neon, and I am ready to party.
I hope you're ready for a poetry party, Renata, because I think in Texcalon, that's what they do.
I mean, I'm ready for a poetry party, as long as it's a party. It's a different kind of party. I'm ready to adapt. Switching gears to ask you all a question. Where is the best place to talk to ghosts? But that's right, it's a rhetorical question because you all are sitting at home. It is the most haunted city in the world, Edinburgh, Scotland. So the main character of this book, Library of the Dead by T.L. Huchu, Ropa, dropped out of school to become a messenger for the dead, carrying the words of ghosts, who she can hear, back to the living. Add in an occult library, a mysterious force that's stealing the souls of children, maybe to make drugs, and you have got the Library of the Dead.
I'm so excited for this one. I loved this novel. Scotland and ghosts and an alternate school, I'm there for it. This was such a fun read. The characters really jumped right off the pages for me. I'm really excited for this one to come out. Nightfire. Nightfire is the newest Tor imprint, focusing on publishing horror exclusively beginning in fall 2021. In the meantime, you can listen to our audio exclusive project, Come Join Us by the Fire, available wherever you listen to podcasts or music. Volume 1 featured fantastic authors like Chuck Wendig, Paul Tremblay, Carmen Maria Machado, and our very own Cassandra Caw. These are super short stories that you can listen to right now. We'll have a second volume, just like this one, coming this fall of 2020. We've been announcing each of our titles on social media, so make sure you're following us. We're Tor Nightfire on every single platform. So far, I'm excited to share that we'll be publishing Thomas Oldehoyveldt's Echo, the brand new novel from the author of Hex, which will also be republished in a brand new paperback package. We have Just Like Mother by Anne Heltzel, a creepy cult novel that focuses on female relationships and the insidious gaslighting we experience at the hands of people we think we can trust the most. We have Slewfoot from dark artist Brahm, featuring a reimagining of what if those colonial witches actually did have dealings with the devil? Next up is Manhunt by Gresher Felker Martin, which follows a group of trans women in a post-apocalyptic world where a viral plague has transformed all cis men into violent, feral monstrosities. Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Caw is our first novella, and it tells the story of a friendcation gone wrong in a haunted house in Japan. Black Tide by debut novelist Casey Jones is a modern Cujo, but without dogs, but it does have a cosmic meteor shower and murderous cloud monsters. More title announcements to come soon, so again, make sure you're following us, and while you're at it, sign up for our newsletter.
Jordan, I'm already scared by the mention of all of this.
I was born scared, but now I'm even scareder.
I still think y'all need to come join us by the fire. And I'm so excited to talk about our Tor ComicCon at home panels. First up is a Tor Teen Own Your Magic panel, which features some of our fantastic YA authors. So we have A Song Below Water by Bethany C. Morrow. This is Sister Friends, Black Sirens, Olocos, and Gargi, aka a gargoyle that totally steals the show. Then we have The Princess Will Save You by Sarah Henning. This is the feminist-inspired Princess Bride fantasy you didn't know you needed in your life. And then, oh my gosh, we have Victory is Greater Than Death, which, drumroll please, is Charlie Jane Anders' YA sci-fi space opera debut, which I'm super, super excited about. I mean, I'm tripping over my words, can't you tell? So this amazing book is coming out in April 2021. It features a kick-ass heroine, the best queer ragtag crew you could ask for, who may or may not be tasked with saving the Earth. So you can pre-order this one now.
Charlie Jane writing space opera. I'm so excited.
I know. It's like a wonderful book. I can't wait for people to read this one. And then we have Marco Shiro's Each of Us a Desert, which I already gushed about a few minutes earlier. So what more could I say about this book? It's queer, it's Latinx, it's beautiful, and it's going to wreck you. So definitely read it. And then last but not least, we have The Extraordinaries by TJ Klune, which is Rainbow Rowell's fangirl, not fangirl, which, I mean, I kind of am interested in a vampire twist. Anyway, Fangirl meets Marissa Meyer's Renegades. Extraordinaries is the debut queer coming-of-age story about a fanboy with ADHD and the heroes he loves. Or, as TJ likes to say, his super queero YA novel.
Shouting out that TJ is following up this year's The House in the Cerulean Sea, just a really beautiful, sweet book. It's what TJ called the literary equivalent of a warm hug, with Under the Whispering Door, another Tor book for adults, which is a dark, heartwarming, and sad and funny story of learning to live after you've already died. It's so cute. I'm so excited.
I think that may be the book all of us need right now, to be honest. So jumping over to some other Tor ComicCon at home panels, I have a question for you. Have any of us forgotten Oscar Isaac as Space Daddy in the upcoming Dune movie?
I have never once, not a day in my life, forgotten about Oscar Isaac. Never once.
Exactly.
Relatable.
Well, hold on to your pants, because we've got a brand new Dune prequel trilogy about none other than Duke Leo Atreides, aka the character Oscar Isaac plays in the Dune movie. Look for Dune, the Duke of Caladan, by internationally best-selling author duo Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson for more Oscar Isaac.
And you should know that this entire presentation was simply an experiment to see how many times we could say Space Daddy on camera for y'all. We're at 5.
I will be presenting the Living Dead panel. This panel is centered around the upcoming zombie horror novel begun by Zombie Daddy? King? Zombie Daddy.
You can't just add Daddy to everything.
He was the
No, I think Jordan has something here. Let her talk.
Let me live.
I think I'm into it though. Continue, Jordan, please.
So The Living Dead is the upcoming zombie horror novel begun by zombie daddy, don't fight me, please, George Romero, and finished by New York Times bestselling author Daniel Krauss. Join Daniel and Romero's widow as they discuss Krauss's unique perspective.
And if you're as excited for Rhythm of War as we are, like Desiree talked about earlier, we're excited. Get the latest scoop on the Stormlight Archive, the Cosmere, and all the other things that Brandon Sanderson is up to at the Brandon Sanderson Spotlight panel.
Hey, we made it! Do you have any questions about anything we talked about today? Slide on into our DMs. All of our handles are right here at Tor Books, at Tor Teen, at Tor.com Hub, and at Tor Nightfire. Enter for the chance to win some SDCC swag, free books, and other cool stuff at bit.ly Tor SDCC.
So yeah, that's all, folks. See you next time. Hopefully in person. Be the chaotic good you want to see in the world.
Read a book and take care of yourself.
Or stay weird and read SFF.
And may your days be full of horror novels.
Goodbye.
So long.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.